Come on, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. I don't care how shameless that sounds. I'm happy that we are ending this month by continuing our run in the Carabao Cup. In my opinion, this cup is the most important piece of silverware for the season because I feel like this is the most attainable silverware that we can win. And isn't it nice to finally see a win that involves us not dominating in possession for once? That involves us using our best players in their best positions. We saw Cole Palmer starting today as a 10 and it paid off. We saw a proper left back in the team today and it paid off. And big credit goes to options like Cucurella, who's playing out of position on the right hand side, who was solid, who was focused, and he made sure that he stayed tight to Matoma throughout the whole game today. My friends, there's a lot of positive things to take from this game, and I like the fact that we at least end this month with a bit of confidence right now, and hopefully we maintain this and carry this performance forwards to our game against Fulham in a few more days' time. My friends, tons of things to break down and discuss. If you guys are finally happy to see us score a goal this month, share your thoughts, opinions, hit that like button too, and let's get straight into breaking down how this game went on. So I guess to start with things, the lineup was the most important thing I'm sure all of us were like really paying attention to, because as a lot of us have felt this for a while, that we have been creating our own demise. We've been creating a lot of like self-inflicted wounds in the team. And even though I respect and understand Pochettino's onus on team balance, I fully respect it. I understand it. I do think sometimes, other principles like game management, other principles like allowing the players to really shine, by creating those principles on the field for the players to be able to do what they do best. And what do I mean by that? Having a 10 behind Nicolas Jackson to stop Jackson being this action man figure that has to drop really deep or go really wide and isn't really able to have much influence in the game. Past 2 games, he barely had any influence, and today he came through big and he scored 2 goals. I'll be discussing Jackson later on, but I'm still feeling pumped and excited. I'm sorry we had to beat our feeder club today. I don't care how disrespectful I sound right now. We had to mud these guys to show them what the levels are, because I guarantee you we'll be going back to that club to raise one of their best players in the future again. So we had to get that win today, and I just love how we performed as a team. I like that we use more of a mid-block structure. I like that we let Brighton come onto us. I like how we kind of control the game against them. There was a few moments where I felt like Robert Sanchez was doing his best work to try and just undermine this team and cost us. But other than like a few self-inflicted mistakes, I felt like we really managed and contained Brighton's threat throughout this game today, which was like a really big bonus to see that, okay, these types of like footballing principles we've been seeing throughout, Pochettino's time as a manager, it is like showing its rewards against a very good team and very strong opponent in Brighton. And I hope we can continue this now, because again, I feel like we might have to play this way for the following month when we have big games like, Arsenal and Co coming up. It's going to be incredibly tense. But there is some quality and there is still like possibilities of like upshift and form in the future, right? But today in the first half, I felt like we saw a few like interesting things. It was a bit of like a yo-yo type of game in the first half. We weren't bad. We didn't have as much threat, but there was spark. There was something simmering. I like the fact that, again, Cucurella, big credit today. He is literally doing his job properly. He's been out of favour with Pochettino. He easily could have not had the right mentality for this game today, but he came in big. And I think this performance might even indicate, could we see Cucurella continuing to play as a right back in future games? I think with how he performed today, he's a strong possibility for the right-hand side at this point in time. Could there be a slight advantage based on the fact that, Cucurella's strong foot, which is his left foot, is going up against Matoma's strong foot, which is his right? I think that plays a part at times, but regardless, his mentality today was definitely on point, and he was one of our best defensive players in my opinion, so massive credit goes to Cucurella. And another bright spark in the first half was Cole Palmer. And I think what I really liked about Cole Palmer is his intelligence. Now, you know what I love about this kid? If you watch him, he's always scanning, constantly scanning behind his shoulder, and he is not a static player. He's constantly looking to find the most optimum, best positions in behind Brighton's midfield lines, waiting to receive on the half turn to turn an attack. And I feel like because he has this phenomenal reading, phenomenal is a strong word, this really strong, very good understanding and reading of the game. It means like when he has those big moments, like the assists that he produced today, these aren't flukes. These aren't like things that come by chance. These are like well prepared and well orchestrated moves based on the player that is constantly alert around with his surroundings around games. So I think he was really, really promising, really, really good. And the fact that he was a guy to get us the assist for Nicolas Jackson. If there was going to be one player today that was going to get an assist, I was looking at Cole Palmer, and I probably have to say he was our best player today. And I would give Cole Palmer man of the match. Now, I'm hoping now we're going to start seeing him play, because a lot of us have said for a long time, having an additional support player, an offensive player up front between the lines. You know, when we had Khans and Nkunku, we played some really great football. And the most important thing was we were able to find and connect Nicolas Jackson into the team. And that is the most important thing. And I respect why Pochettino has relied upon balance, but I felt like the balance didn't really make sense against the opposition we're playing against. If you played against like United or like Arsenal or City, I completely understand. But when you're playing against inferior opposition, you're playing in their favour because they aren't going to press you. I'm not going to go into those details again, but you know what I mean. So Cole Palmer's influence today was very big. He was at the heart of all our great attacking plays. And I think this now just moves on now to the second half, man, because I think the second star of the show was Nicolas Jackson. Now, you know, he's had a bit of a rough time. I think normally when you're a striker for our football club, you're going to have ups and downs. And I like to think this time the fan base is going to get behind Nicolas Jackson. Now, normally he is the type of striker that goes to your Napolis, or he goes to like your Monacos, or, you know, that level of team where he's able to iron out his game, but he can also display the talent he has. And he's a guy that you end up signing in the future for like, you know, 80 million plus. So we're doing things a bit differently by signing Jackson in his formative years. But I think there is such big upside to this guy's game. And the fact that today he was our match winner, it seems like he loves playing against Brighton. That made me very happy to see. You know, Nicolas Jackson is a player, and there's still a lot more to come from his performances. And I understand at times, you know, he's not being as effective in front of goal. But I've always said, because he is not getting the service that he loves to receive, you know, he wants to be timing his runs inside the box. He wants to be playing in behind teams' defensive lines. He needs the pass. He needs the support around him. He needs that connection that allows him to play closer towards goal. He had that today against a strong Brighton team who are in very good form this season. And he was so unlucky he did not leave this game with 2 goals. I thought the first goal he took was great, brilliant. Cole Palmer, just the awareness as well too, to just like use the pauser then to play that pass in behind for Nicolas Jackson, who timed his entry in the box. He scored this goal a million times at Villarreal, so he has this in his game. And he took that shot instinctively away from the goalkeeper in the bottom left corner. He was unlucky to not make it too earlier. Mudryk, some decent play, finds him. I thought it was great goalkeeping from the Brighton keeper to come out early, close his angles, and that's an acceptable miss from any striker in my opinion. But the second one, for me, I feel the ref absolutely ruined it, man. Now, there's no like VAR in the Carabao Cup tournament, which is absolutely baffling in my opinion, because if there was, we would have quickly realized that Jackson was onside. And again, that finish was very similar to his finish, I think, against Brighton actually, back during pre-season, where he's playing on the shoulder and then he hit the ball on the left side of the goal. Like, that was great team play all rounds, great transitional play. And, you know, Jackson should be leaving this game with 2 goals. So it's a shame that we can't see him now against Fulham, but hopefully he'll have more confidence and he'll be ready to come back after Fulham. And, you know, with a 10 now and others and a left back in the team, And now that there's like support down the left hand side where Mudryk wasn't isolated because we had Ben making those runs in behind. It's those little details which allow the attacking players to feel a bit more confident and letting them play their games. So I was really happy to see some of the changes a lot of us have been waiting for coming to fruition in this game today. Because the ultimate thing for me to end this review, my friends, is that we could finally control the game. We could finally control this game because we had a lead to protect. It meant that we could drop our lines and play on the counter-attack. We came unlucky not to even get another goal before the game ended. But that is the game management I want to see from Pochettino. Let the team at least have something to fight for and something to protect. And I want to see your game management in these moments helping us seal out these wins because we have the options. You have the experience and you have the quality. I think this is how I want the balance to be going forward right now because this young team, they are not perfect. We still see like a lot of like imperfect decisions and mistakes, and it's going to be like that. That is the reality when you invest over $1 billion into mostly guys under 23 years old. But you must let them cook. You must let them have that confidence to feel like they can maybe fail but come back again, whilst also Pochettino should demand like bare minimum excellency as well too, but there has to be a greater balance. And I think this game today, this win against Brighton really demonstrated a great balance that I really hope goes forward now into the future. So my friends, share your thoughts and opinions, hit that like button. Are you excited that we finally won a game of football? Let us know below. And on that note, I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.